Would you like to streamline your email campaign creation process and make it more efficient? Hi, this is Andrew, creator of KLAVIYO email marketing agency as well as this YouTube channel. If you are first time on this channel, please click subscribe and hit the bell. A few months ago, I recorded a video for KLAVIYO. Actually, we had a collaboration with KLAVIYO and they asked us to create the video about streamlining, how we streamline campaign creation process inside of our agency, because we create a lot of campaigns per week and sometimes even per day for all of our clients. So you will see the video. I will explain the checklist and also I will tell where you can download the checklist for yourself, the same checklist we use internally, so you will have access for free. So let's play the video. And I would lie if I say it's easy to set up and coordinate a lot of campaigns. It's a hard work. And even in our agency, when we first years in the business, we struggle all the time. Right now, we are like setting up and sending out between 50 to 100 emails every week. If we don't have a right system, it's impossible to do. That's why we created Streamline process and checklist, which I will share it with you in a second. And yeah, we use it internally in our business to set up campaigns for our customers. So I highly recommend for you to copy what I will about to show you. Of course, you can modify it to suit your needs, but 90% of the setup will be there for you. I will explain step by step how we do it and why we have it. But before I do this, I'm not sure which project management software you use, if any. If you don't use, that's fine. Just print it out and check mark it with your pen or pencil. But internally, we use Asana. And you are able to set up this kind of campaigns in Asana. So you just like duplicate this task for every new campaign and just follow the steps. And you can assign different subtasks to different parts of your team. So let's start. Before this checklist, first we do the planning section and we plan out like the strategy. We create calendar and we figure out what campaign to send and when. So let's say Black Friday early bird will send like on Tuesday, then on Wednesday we'll send follow-up. And this is just, we use spreadsheet like a Google Sheets and we put a date, time, and name, put some names for us so we understand what we are sending, the name of the campaigns. Then the next step is to set up each campaign, because each campaign you need to follow up this kind of checklist for each of your campaigns. So first we create a folder, and in the folder we have a one Word document where we will be creating the copy, and we name it year, month, date. Why do we do that? This is from my engineering background, because if you put it this way, your files will not repeat and it's easier for you to sort. Why? Because there's only one 2020, there's only one 2021 and so forth, but there's multiple February, multiple January every year, as same thing for dates. So that's why we put file name, year, month, date, / and the campaign name. So when our assistant create the folder, create the file, then the next step, our strategy is define the recipient, who will receive and not receive this email, and when do we want to send out exactly. In our campaign calendar, we specify date, but we do not specify time. So we then figure out when exactly do we want to send, and if we want to use some other features, depends which software you use, but maybe you can send it in small batches or any other features. Content creation. So first, in that Word document that assistant created, we create guidelines for our copywriter to tell them what to write in that email. Okay, so we are planning, this is promotion campaign and it's only 3 days sale, and we are selling gray bottles, let's say. And so we specify to our copywriters that information, say like, hey, we need to send it to somebody who never purchased from us, that we will be selling this gray bottle, and it will be 10% off, but it's only for 3 days. So the strategists will create the guideline, then provide it to copywriter. So copywriter will create the copy. I mean, we have client to approve. I mean, if you don't have clients, if you are e-commerce store owners, you can skip this part basically, or maybe your boss or manager has to approve it. Then we create coordinate design. So basically, after the copy created, it's easier for designer to create design because they know what it's about, and for them, it's easier to lay out the graphic and so forth. Sorry, one more thing. I missed clients to approve design. Okay. The next step, we have a copy, we have a design. So the next logical step to set it up in your email marketing software, doesn't matter which one you use, you can set it up yourself, or maybe you have a technician who will be responsible for setting up those campaigns, set it up, and then either the same person or maybe another person has to do the testing. And here are the testing steps we have to do. So first, we want to check if the right segment or list was selected. So if this campaign will go out to the right people, then if there are any kind of exclusion, maybe you want to exclude people who purchased in the past or so forth. Of course, we want to change it, the from name. I know it's like, if you're doing this a lot, it's like we have the default from name and it's correct, but sometimes, I mean, we always check that. Then we also check from email, is it like sales@yourcompany.com or steve@yourcompany.com. Then we add subject line, make sure it's there, add preview text, make sure it's there. Then set up fallback value for personalization. For example, if you have their first name, so first name is the easiest example. So if you have their first name and you say something, hi, first name, and let's say when the recipient receives it says like, hi, first name. But when you send it and you don't have their first name, it's like, hi, blank, comma, and so forth. So that's why you need to come up with the fallback value and make sure you have it, something like friend or body or whatever is appropriate for your brand. So we will say like, hi, Steve, when you have the first name, or hi, body, if it's general. Then make sure to add CTA URL to logo, image, and of course the CTA. We found it's the conversion is higher and click-through rate is higher when you duplicate the CTA URL to the logo as well to the hero images and other images in the email. Add alternate text for images in case your image is not showing up on the recipient side. At least they will see the text. Add and check promo code, check if it's working in your store, and also, if applicable, let's say you have a deadline. We always recommend to have a deadline, but it's up to you. But if you have a deadline, make sure to mention that in the email. Another good idea is to add countdown timer. And then send the actual task, create a list like task list or something where you will receive email like recipient, and make sure to check all links. So click on all parts, make sure it's working. Then check it on desktop, check it on mobile, check unsubscribe link if it's working or it's visible, because sometimes we had issues when we made link white and it was on white and it wasn't invisible, or the issue was the template was black and the unsubscribe link was black as well, so it was not visible for people. It was there, but people could not see it. And make sure it's message not clip. If you want, you can check my video about clipping, why it's important and how to make sure it's not clipped. And then when you're ready, everything's checked out, everything's cool, good, then you will be scheduling, pick the date, pick the send time, and pick the time zone. Some email marketing software have options to send on recipient time zone, and if you don't have that option, pick either Eastern Standard, like Pacific, whatever standard time zone you want, but make sure to do it. So this was quick overview of the checklist. I highly recommend for you to use it. If you like to change it, please do it.
feel free to change it. But this checklist will help you streamline your campaign production. You will be like factory manufacturing campaigns.
So you just check the overview of our checklist. The checklist itself you can download under this video. And also, if you're not subscriber to this channel, please click subscribe. It helps this channel grow. Thank you and see you the next Thursday.